Hiya, Lou.
Hello,
Hi.
Robin.
You have a little baby there? Did I see that?
Yes, my daughter Anaya.
Anaya. How beautiful. How old is Anaya?
Anaya, she's 7 months old.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anaya, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mwah. And now the father is going to take her while we do this. But she's right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's going to be safe right there. No problems
Yeah, no problem.
as well. All right. Good. Well, I'm so glad we have a chance to talk. So, how did you learn about this today's session?
I'm on Caroline's newsletter. I've been following her for a while and I've read her book. I haven't implemented all of her methodologies, but I love her work. And so then I read her email yesterday or today, and I thought, oh my God, I want to be in the call because I was in one of the other calls that you did with
Oh, you
Caroline.
were.
Mm-hmm.
You watched that?
Yeah. Yes, I
Was
watched
it
it.
with Shayna? Were you
Hmm?
with Shayna?
Yes, correct. Exactly. That was it. That was the one. And I thought, oh, that's so powerful. What a powerful method. And so I was just very happy to read that you were going to do this again. And then, yeah. And so I'm very grateful that I get to be
Well, I'm
talking
happy, happy
now.
that we'll get a chance to do this, Lou. So there's, my guess is that you've been waiting because you want something. And if I had a magic wand like that, just and you could have exactly what you want, what would it be?
um, it would be the ability to feel at home wherever I am. Because clearly this is, I don't know, like it's something that's been very active emotionally for me.
Mhm.
um I moved to the States. I'm from Colombia, and I
From
moved to the
Colombia.
States. Yeah, I moved to the States 5 6 years ago or more. um and I feel like the person that I was in Colombia was a very confident woman. um and I had a community, my friends. I had um like a very close knit community. Of course, my family is there, and then here, and I was a very like optimistic person. I think I had like a good way of seeing things in general. And since
Mhm.
I moved here, I think that has gone away, and I find myself today just feeling like I don't belong anywhere I go.
Yeah.
And also, and this sometimes I mean, it makes me feel bad to say this, but sometimes I just feel like everybody that I meet in person, in real life, 3D, so I like, my mind always goes to like, everybody's an idiot. And I know not everybody's an idiot, and including myself. Sometimes I'm like, everybody's an idiot, and me too. And I don't like that, of course. But then I feel like I'm good to making friends and a community in the virtual space
Yeah.
with my friends in Colombia, or like if I join programs, everybody's so nice. But then I look at my life in person, in real life, and I feel like everybody is like, I don't belong. And so then I end up being like, oh, it's because everyone's an idiot, and I don't like, I don't get along with anybody. And so I would like to feel like I belong, and don't have this, and not to have this sensation that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Like, I don't want to live here, but I don't want to go back to Colombia, and I just don't want to be, I guess, anywhere. I don't know where I want to be, but so I just want to feel at home anywhere,
Yeah.
including in Colombia.
You don't know where you want to be, but you
Yeah,
also feel that you don't belong.
yeah,
You moved from Colombia, what, 7 years ago?
yeah.
And you have a baby that's 7 months old, is that right?
Yes,
And you right now you feeling like, oh, I don't belong. If I understand it properly, you feel I did belong in Colombia, family, friends, talk, connection, communion. then here it's like, wait a minute, they seem like idiots. They're all these people, when I get close to them in 3D, really with the person instead of online and virtually, the feeling is, what's wrong? There's something wrong here. They must be idiots.
Yeah.
That's a feeling I think that you have. And it's a kind of like a way to explain the heartbreak. From my sense about it, I'm ready to be wrong about this, Lou, but it seems that you're very sad by this, heartbroken.
Yeah.
You don't feel that you belong. There's
Mhm.
like, and so I have to ask you, so what would, how would you know? Well, how would you know that you belong? What would be different that you say, oh yeah, now I know I belong. Oh, I feel it. What would be different?
Um, yeah, I guess I would feel an internal peace, or just as a sense of like, oh, I've arrived to myself, like in myself.
Yes,
Mm.
you
Yeah,
arrived in yourself,
exactly.
in
Exactly.
yourself. So if you feel this, I arrived in myself, I'm home now in myself, and someone that you meet in your neighborhood where you live now uh, doesn't like you, does that feeling of being in yourself and home remain, or is it harmed by that person's disapproval?
I think if I get to the point where I feel at home in myself and somebody doesn't like me, I would be like, oh, bummer. But
Yeah,
that's okay because I'm at home in myself.
makes sense to me. The reason I connect with you about this is because all my life I moved from one place to another. So by the time I was in the 12th grade, it was my 12th school. So I'd been, every year I was somewhere else, new school, new people. I didn't ever belong.
Mm.
How could I belong? I was always new, always the new kid on the block, right? And it was, I had to deal with this a lot in my life. And it sounds to me like you've come to a similar conclusion, which is, oh, if I feel at home in myself, if I come home to myself, then this will allow me to have a stability, a self-love, self-esteem, self-worth. This would be very valuable for you, I think.
Yes.
That is kind of like what you want. So I want you to tell me some information I need. Um, your birth language is Spanish, is that right?
Yeah.
And when you came to the USA, did you speak English or did you learn it here?
No, I already spoke English, and I was already married to my husband who's from here, from the States. And so we spoke a lot in Colombia as well.
Mhm. And does your husband speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Oh, something happening.
Yeah.
I just heard this announcement. So yeah, so he speaks Spanish. How wonderful, how lucky you are.
Yeah.
And do you speak Spanish every day?
Every day I speak Spanish to my daughter right now, for example, and when I talk to my family on the phone, and sometimes we speak Spanish, my husband and I. But mostly, I would say 80% of the time, English we speak.
It's so interesting to understand what your heart language is. The birth language is the heart, the language of the heart, the corazón in Espanol. It is this necessary for belonging, deep belonging. When you're speaking with your family in Colombia, you feel them.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? You feel them. And when they speak to you, it doesn't matter so much what they're saying, but they're saying it in Spanish. And so it goes right into you.
Yeah.
You know the feeling?
Hmm.
For example, now when I'm speaking to you, I have a problem. It's not your problem. I have a problem. I don't speak Spanish. I speak just a little bit because I was raised in California, but I'm not fluid and lucid in Spanish. So there's something that's missing here. Something that if I did speak Spanish, it would be so much different, really different in terms of your sense of who I am and what I am and the sense of safety and comfort. Things would be very, very different. So I'm wondering about your community where you live, do you have groups of people that speak Spanish?
Um, no, because I also get that feeling of not belonging to the communities that speak Spanish here.
Oh, you do. So when you speak with the communities of Spanish-speaking people there,
Mhm.
even here, and they're all speaking Spanish, still you have this sense of not belonging. Is it right?
Exactly.
Oh, and what you want is you want to belong, to have the feeling of belonging.
Yes.
And you'll know that when you feel greater peace inside. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm wrong about something, I invite you to please tell me if I'm wrong, I make a mistake, I say something's not right, please tell me so that I can understand you more deeply.
Okay, I will.
Okay. So inside you have a feeling, you have a feeling in your, maybe in your stomach, maybe in your heart. I don't know where you feel it, but there's a feeling that you have that is uncomfortable when you think about belonging and not belonging.
Mhm.
Okay, so speak to me in Spanish for just a moment and tell me what it feels like to not belong. Just speak to me in Spanish as though I could speak, just naturally say in Spanish how you feel emotionally when you notice that you don't belong. Tell me about it in Spanish, please.
Siento una presión en el pecho que me baja hasta el estómago.
Sí.
And then, y todo se siente como
Yeah.
está muy, no se siente físico, se siente como que está vibrando de manera que no me gusta.
And so it's very what? What is it's very what did you say?
So I feel like a pressure in my chest
Yeah.
that goes all the way down to like my stomach. And
Yes.
it doesn't feel very solid. It feels like it's just like fluctuating, but not in a nice vibration way,
No.
just a weird icky way.
Yes. Yes. And this feeling that you have is not comfortable. What do you call it? If it's not comfortable, it's uncomfortable. What is the feeling? Tell me something about it. I
Uh,
feel that.
oh,
Go
I
ahead.
feel like what I feel in my body.
Yes.
Okay, yes, it feels like pressure combined with just a sense of not like the opposite of solid. It just feels like at any moment this part of my body, my heart and like my stomach just gonna go running
Yeah.
away
Sure.
because it's not really settled. That's how
Like
it feels like.
not settled, like shaky and fragile. It could,
Exactly.
yes, it could be at any moment fall apart. So
Correct.
it doesn't have this, you don't have a feeling of this stability and comfort, comfortable, solid sense of safety here. It's not like that. It's more pressure and fragility.
Yes.
Interesting, this feeling. Well, do you mind to find out? Do you have any objection to finding out about this feeling? Is it all right for you to feel the feeling and learn from it? Would that be all right with you?
Yes, that would be very okay.
So here's all that's necessary to do that. One, I want you to do this in Spanish, and then I'll ask you to translate when I need it translated. But if you speak out loud, which it would be nice if you did, speak in Spanish and to yourself. You talk to yourself, and then if I need a translation, I'll say, "Oh, Lou, please translate." Okay. So
Okay,
what
perfect.
you just close your eyes and breathe and make a sigh like, yeah, that's right. Another sigh, yeah, a longer sigh. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Yeah, that's exactly right. And do it again. Notice your feet, just paying attention to your feet while you sigh again. And notice your feet and your knees and your hips. Just notice feet, knees, hips. Just feel them. That's all you're doing. You're feeling the temperature and the sensation in your feet, your knees, and your hips. And you sigh again and notice the sensation in your hands. That's right. your elbows and your shoulders. It's very important. Hands, elbows, shoulders. That's right. Across your back. That's right. And then notice your tailbone, the bottom of your spine. Then, of course, your whole backbone, the spine itself, and their neck. Notice your neck, the back of your neck, and your skull, the back of your head, and the top of your head, and your eyes, and nose, and mouth, and chin. Feel the skin on your face, the skin on your cheekbones, noticing your lips and chin and throat. Even notice your ears, just paying attention. You're not trying to change anything. Relax, let go, going down into your throat, down into your chest. And when you notice you have this very uncomfortable feeling of instability, it's unstable. It's there whenever you think about belonging. You go, oh my God, I don't belong. And you feel this uncomfortable feeling in your chest. And I want you to say in Spanish, I want you to repeat after me in Spanish and say, I know there's a part of me that makes me feel that I don't belong. Just say that in Spanish. I know there's a part of me that makes me feel I don't belong.
Sé que hay una parte de mí que me hace sentir que no pertenezco.
Then in Spanish say, I will not harm you.
No te voy a lastimar.
I want to get to know you.
Te quiero conocer.
For a long time, you've made me feel uncomfortable about belonging.
Durante mucho tiempo me has hecho sentir como que no pertenezco, incómoda.
Sometimes you're very intense.
Y a veces eres muy intensa.
And then I become angry and think that people are idiots.
Y me da mucha rabia y creo que todo el mundo es un idiota.
But really, I feel you
Pero en realidad te siento a ti,
in my chest,
en mi pecho,
my solar plexus,
en mi plexo solar,
even my belly, my stomach.
y en mi panza, en mi estómago.
I feel you.
Y te siento.
You've been trying to communicate with me.
Has tratado de comunicarte conmigo.
I'm sorry, I have not listened.
Perdóname por no haberte escuchado.
I want to understand you.
Te quiero entender
You have my attention.
y tienes mi atención.
I won't harm you,
No te voy a lastimar.
and Robert won't harm you.
Y Robert tampoco te va a lastimar.
You're safe here.
Aquí estás a salvo.
And then you say, please tell me, what are you trying to do for my benefit by giving me this feeling?
Por favor, dime, ¿qué estás tratando de hacer para protegerme cuando me mandas esta sensación?
Whatever it says, the first thing that comes to your mind, speak it out loud in Spanish,
Protegerte.
and then translate.
To protect you.
Yes, of course. I want you to be very kind now, very kind, like with a baby. And you say, oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
Gracias.
thank you.
Gracias.
I need to be protected.
Sí, tengo que estar protegida. Gracias.
That protection is good.
La protección es buena. Gracias.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here.
Estoy muy feliz de que estés acá.
I only have one question for you.
Solo tengo una pregunta para ti.
How old do you think I am?
¿Cuántos años crees que tengo? 3.
Oh, I think you're 3. Is that right? And you say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gracias. Gracias. Gracias.
You have been with me for many years.
Has estado conmigo durante muchos años.
I'm not 3, I'm older.
No tengo 3 años, tengo 35.
Today I am, and then say your age.
Hoy tengo 35 años. I'm 35.
Yes. And you say, I'm 32 years older than you thought.
Tengo 32 años más de lo que pensabas.
This means to me that you are loyal.
Esto significa que eres muy leal.
You have never given up on me.
Nunca me has abandonado.
All my life, you've been trying to protect me.
Toda mi vida me has tratado de proteger.
Thank you.
Gracias.
I will not harm you.
No te voy a lastimar.
I need you in my life.
Te necesito en mi vida.
I just need you to notice that your protection has caused me pain.
Solo quiero que te des cuenta que tu protección me ha causado sufrimiento.
Say, are you aware? Do you know that your protection has caused me to be upset and in pain?
¿Sabías que me has causado sufrimiento y dolor con tu protección? No.
No. And you say, oh, thank you. You've been doing your best to protect me.
Gracias. Tú has estado haciendo lo mejor que podías para protegerme.
But you didn't know the way you're protecting me hurts me.
Y no sabías que la manera en la que me proteges me lastima.
And that's because you're only 3 years old.
Y eso es porque tienes 3 años.
If you were older, you would have many ways to protect me that would not cause me pain.
Si fueras más vieja, más grande, tendrías muchas más herramientas para protegerme que no me lastiman.
I'm so glad you're here
Pero estoy muy feliz que estés aquí.
because it's time for you to grow up and have many new ways to protect me.
Porque es hora de que crezcas y de que tengas muchas maneras diferentes para protegerme.
You say this is easy for you to do because I will be with you.
Y esto va a ser muy fácil para ti porque yo voy a estar acá contigo.
And I respect your desire to protect me.
Y respeto el deseo que tienes de protegerme.
And then you say, in front of me, please see a 3-year-old Lou. You say, in front of me, see a 3-year-old Lou standing there.
Frente a mí, quiero que veas una Lu de 3 años.
And next to the 3-year-old Lou is 35-year-old Lou, right? Standing next to, side by side.
Al lado está la Lu de 35 años, al lado de ella.
So you say to this part that wants to protect you, you say, look, mira, I used to be 3, look.
Mira, yo tenía 3.
Now I'm 35.
Y ahora tengo 35.
I'm taller,
Estoy más alta,
stronger,
más fuerte,
wiser,
más sabia.
and I'm a mother.
Y soy una mamá.
I'm
Soy
grown
mamá.
up.
Ya estoy grande.
It's wonderful.
Muy bien, ya estoy grande.
I am an adult.
Soy una adulta.
Say, and look, there's the 3-year-old. Say, look, there's the 3-year-old. Look, yeah.
Y
there
ahí
she
está
is.
la de 3 añitos. Ahí
It's
está.
ti- It's time for her to grow to be 4 years old, 4. So you go, oh, yes, 4.
4. Ahora
Yeah.
crece de 4.
And then 5 and 6 and 7. Watch her grow up. Watch her, Lou, watch this 3-year-old become 4, 5. By the time she's 6, she's 2 times 3. She's doubled her age. So she learned so much in this time. How to take care of herself, how to take care of what she needs. She doesn't know everything. She's only 6, but she knows twice as much as 3. Watch, she's 6. Now watch her become 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, oh, Diaz, there she is, 10 years old. Look at her. Yes. And she's not quite as tall yet as the 35-year-old, but watch her, 11, 12. At some point, she becomes the same height, 12, 13, 14. She's a teenager. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now she's 20-year-old young woman. There she is standing next to the 35-year-old woman. Wow, look, this part of you is growing. She becomes 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years old, really almost the same age, and has so many learnings, so many understandings, so many wisdoms. She's able to do so much more than a 3-year-old. She's 30, 31, 32. Watch her, 33, 34. She's 35 years old, the same age. Now this part merges with the other 35-year-old. So there's one 35-year-old in front of you, only one, all grown up, This part of you, you see, is now grown up inside of the 35-year-old. Now the 35-year-old Lou turns around and sits down in your body. Feel her enter your body. Feel her enter. This 35-year-old you is in you, so you are one whole, complete 35-year-old Lou, with all the learnings and understandings, with all the education, the wisdom, the motherhood, everything. You're now grown up, and this part of you is grown up. This part of you that was only 3 now has many, many new ways to protect you that do not include making you feel off-center or unstable. So many ways. You don't know all the ways she has, but she has many ways. She's able to learn new ways that neither of you know about yet, because inside of you, the part of you exists in your chest. The part of you exists that wants to protect you. And it's 35 years old now. And you say to it, oh, I'm so happy that you're grown up now.
Qué feliz estoy que ya creciste.
Because now we can work together as a team.
Porque ahora podemos ser un equipo y trabajar juntas.
I'm happy that you want to protect me.
Y estoy feliz de que me quieres proteger.
I just need you to use new ways to protect me.
Ahora necesito solo que uses diferentes maneras.
New ways that do not include making me feel off-center or unstable or weak.
Nuevas maneras que no me hagan sentir débil o fuera de mi centro o frágil.
New ways that allow me to feel strong and the belonging of peace within me.
Nuevas maneras que me hagan sentir fuerte, que pertenezco y en paz.
Yes, I need to feel protected.
Sí, necesito sentirme protegida.
I know when I'm protected, when I feel this peace within me.
Y sé que estoy protegida cuando siento paz dentro de mí.
I'm so happy you're here.
Y estoy muy feliz que estés acá.
Say, I want to tell you a secret.
Te quiero contar un secreto.
I have a creative part of me.
Tengo una parte de mí que es creativa.
She is wonderfully creative.
Y es muy creativa, es especialmente
Oh,
creativa.
she's the one that taught me how to tie my shoes when I was a little girl.
Ella es la que me enseñó a amarrarme los zapatos cuando era chiquita.
She can create anything.
Puede crear lo que sea.
My creative part, I love her.
Mi parte creativa la amo, la amo.
If I ask her to create something, she will do it.
Si le pregunto, le pido que cree algo, lo va a hacer.
Then you say to this part that wants to protect you, you say, please get together with my creative part now.
Por favor, reúnete con mi parte creativa ahora.
And receive from her 3 new ways to protect me.
Y recibe de ella 3 maneras nuevas para protegerme.
The new ways will never create weakness or doubt in me.
Las nuevas maneras nunca van a crear debilidad ni duda en mí.
The 3 new ways will work to make me feel safe and protected.
Las 3 nuevas maneras van a trabajar para hacerme sentir segura y protegida.
And this is what I need.
Y esto es lo que necesito.
I want you to use these new ways to protect me instead of the old way.
Quiero que uses estas 3 maneras ahora para protegerme en vez de la que estabas usando antes.
You say, I don't know what the 3 ways are,
No sé cuáles son esas 3 maneras,
but the creative part will give them to you.
pero mi parte creativa te las va a dar.
Then you say to the part that wants to protect you, you say, when you receive 3 new ways, let me know by giving me a feeling or giving me an image. When you get the new ways, just let me know. Say, I don't need to know what they are. Say, I don't need to know what the 3 new ways are, but let me know when you have them.
Cuando las sepas, hazme saber dándome una emoción, una sensación. Yo no necesito saber qué es, pero hazme saber cuando las tengas.
Yes. Now you just wait for a moment in respect. You do this out of respect and trust and faith. You're so lucky. You have a part of you that has never left you. For 32 years, have been trying to protect you. And now it's receiving 3 new ways from your creative part that will allow it to protect you in new ways that do not include making you feel off center or like you don't belong. It'll make you feel solid inside, safe inside. 3 new ways. So when this part has the 3 new ways, it'll let you know. It might give you a feeling, Lou. It might give you an image. It might give you a word that comes to you. When you know, it'll come, and then you just tell me when it's there.
Laughter.
Laughter is number 1. And you say to this part, say, yes, you're right. Laughter is important. Yes, absolutely. I must have it. Yes, yes, yes.
Tienes razón, la risa es muy importante, la tengo que tener, la tengo que tener.
And you can say, I don't need to know what the 3 ways are, but I'm happy to know if you tell me. It's fine with me, but I don't need to know them.
No las tengo que saber, pero si me las quieres compartir, está bien, pero no las
Because I trust you.
porque confío en ti.
See. And now notice maybe another way comes to your mind. You just rest and notice 3 new ways so that you feel protected and safe. This is really doing its best to have new ways to do this that do not include making this opposite of solid, this kind of fluctuating fragility. So it's like something else. Laughter makes you feel strong. Laughter is wonderful. I wonder what other ways come.
I'm getting this sensation in my feet.
En español, por favor.
Tengo una sensación en mis pies, en donde mis pies están calientitos y están como tingling.
Yes, you're getting a sensation there. It has some heat. Yeah.
Sí.
Yes.
Heat in my feet.
Yes, you feel it. Yes, that's fine. And then just notice it has new ways. And so you say to it in Spanish, you very gently ask, do you now have 3 new ways that you're willing to use in place of the old way?
Ya tienes las 3 maneras que quieres y vas a usar en vez de la manera que la estabas haciendo antes.
Yes.
Sí.
You say, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias. Estoy muy feliz. Gracias.
Then you say, please try out these 3 new ways in a dress rehearsal. It's like a rehearsal of them, so that instead of trying to protect me by creating this fragility, you try out the 3 new ways that do not create fragility, but they actually help me to feel safe and protected. Say, try them out. You say, you try them out. I'll wait for you. When you try them out, let me know that you've tried them out.
Listo. Quiero que utilices estas nuevas 3 maneras como si estuviéramos en una práctica. Quiero que practiques sentir estas nuevas maneras, estas maneras que no me hacen sentir débil, pero que me hacen sentir fuerte y que me hacen sentir que pertenezco. Y cuando las practiques, me haces saber.
Sí. It's so wonderful to try these out.
Es muy especial y muy importante, muy bonito que las estés tratando ahorita, practicar.
Wonderful. We already know that laughter is one beautiful way. It's really fantastic. We never pass up an opportunity to laugh. Laughter is so powerful. Laughter is a sure sign of the presence of God. It's so wonderful. You understand me?
La risa es muy, muy linda, sí.
Good. Now notice this. After the 3 new ways have been tried out in a dress rehearsal, then you say, please tell me, do you have any objection to using these ways in place of the old one?
Quiero que me digas si tienes alguna objeción en utilizar estas nuevas 3 maneras en vez de la que estabas usando antes. No.
No objection at all. So you say these words in Spanish. This is a system-wide announcement.
Este es un anuncio para todo el sistema.
We have new ways now.
Tenemos nuevas maneras.
We will use them in place of the old way.
Las vamos a usar en vez de la manera antigua.
We have complete agreement.
Estamos completamente de acuerdo.
I'm very grateful.
Estoy muy, muy, muy agradecida.
Now you speak directly to the part that wants to protect you. You say, please begin using these new ways starting now.
Por favor, empieza a utilizar estas nuevas maneras desde ya.
Yes, sí. Está bien. Notice what it is deep inside of you. It's so important to understand that the learnings have already occurred. There have been understandings and learnings and transformations, both in English and in Spanish, that have been going on throughout your whole body, from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet, from the left side to the right side, from the front to the back, in every direction, in every part of your body, in your muscles and bones and veins, in your lungs, in your heart, your stomach and liver and diaphragm, down in your hips and anus and genitals, and down into your feet, and all the way back up into your head. The transformations are occurring at levels that you know about, Lou, and also levels you don't know about. It's already happening. There's a transformation and a healing, one that you've been waiting for a long time. There's this dawning on you. It's coming to you, this feeling now in your chest. It's something different than you felt before, something new, that you allow it because you've done this with complete love. You've done this change with complete respect, kindness, understanding. There's been no violence, no dominance. There's only been love and respect. And so, consequently, all is well, Lou. Let this change manifest itself right now. That's right. As you feel it, deeper and deeper, notice that it belongs in you. You've been waiting for this. It belongs in you. It does not belong to anyone else, Lou. No one else. It belongs to you and only you. And that's why you're grateful. You're grateful because for 32 years, you've had a part within you that has never, ever abandoned you. This part of you has always loved you and always will, and is now in charge of these new ways, Lou. You couldn't ask for anything better, really, because you can rest in trusting that this is already done. As you feel this more and more, something will come to your mind. I don't know exactly whether it comes in words or sights, but something to communicate that comes, a word perhaps, a song. Sometimes it's like a song in the back of your mind, something that comes, that tells the truth of your experience now. I wonder what that might be.
Oasis.
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 Oasis, yeah. It is an oasis. Of course it is. There is oasis, a place of great, like a sanctuary. What is sanctuary in Espanol? Sanctuary.
Santuario.
A santuario. That's it. This is like an oasis, a safe place, a sanctuary. This is in you right now, Lou. The safety that you've been seeking is your inner sanctuary. Sanctuario, I think you said. It is this. As you feel it now, understand that when you are in your sanctuary, really understand this now, when you're in your sanctuary, it's almost like you go into a beautiful room that has only one door, and you can open the door and see other people if you want, but you can also close the door in this beautiful room, and the room is magical. It can be as large as you want, It can be the side by near a lake. It can have wonderful trees and birds and animals there. It can have everything there that is for you safety. It's your personal sanctuary, your oasis. When you notice you're in there, notice this: being there is only for you. Your child was born there, but now your child is outside of the sanctuary. So what you would do is to open the door and go out to meet her. You would meet her, you go, yeah, but you don't bring her in your sanctuary. You know, you want to because you love her so much. But the place to love her is just outside of the sanctuary. Why is that? Because when you're in your sanctuary, it's when you know you are home. And from this home, you then can give to your daughter. You can give to your the people you love, your husband and children. You can do this, but you must have the sanctuary. The sanctuary is the source, the home, the safe place, the belonging. From this place, you then can open the door, step out from the sanctuary, embrace your husband, love him, love your child. Of course you can. And then they say to you, well, what are you feeling? And you say, just a moment. I can only know what I'm feeling when I go in my sanctuary and find out. So you go in the sanctuary, close the door, and then you learn everything. You learn everything. Oh, this is what I feel. This is what I want. This is who I am in the sanctuary. Then you open the door, step out again, and there's your family. There's your husband, your child, of course. You bring to them the waters of love that you gain in the sanctuary. It is a never-ending fountain of love in the sanctuary. You bring it to your family. You don't let your family come into the sanctuary. You bring from the sanctuary your love, your home, and then you produce home with them. Of course you have home with them. They are family. But in order to know yourself, to belong deeply, you must have this safe place, this oasis. You must have it. And so the best thing for your life is to know that your personal oasis is within, the belonging is within. Then you bring it to your husband and you say, I learned a lot today. I know about myself. And you say to him, I'm not you, I'm me. So in order to me to know that I'm me, I must go back into my sanctuary and ask myself, how do I feel? And then when I'm in my sanctuary, I learn everything. I learn what I feel, what I want, what I think. Then I bring them out and give it to my daughter. Well, of course you bring it to your daughter. You love her. But you don't bring her in there, because if you brought her in there, she wouldn't learn how to be her own self. And you wouldn't have your own self separate from her. And she needs you to be her loving mother, who also is a guide, who also knows herself, strong, independent. You become a light for your daughter. You become a light for her. How do you do that? By having your own oasis. That's how. So the door you can open, you can close it. But of course, with your family, you open it, you walk out and you embrace them naturally. But whenever you need to know home, you go in the sanctuary, close the door, and you find there's a special place there to sit. You know those feelings you have when you sometimes sit and all is quiet and beautiful? You know those times?
Yeah.
It's in the sanctuary. It's in the oasis. Then you know who you are. You know what you feel emotionally, what you want, desire, and what you think about things. And then you bring that to whom? Well, to the people you love. You come out and you share it. But it is the place where you learn it. And that's why it's sacred, Lou. It is sacred. The sanctuary is sacred. Therefore, you open the door, you close the door. And no one is allowed in there. You know who could be in there? An angel. Angels can be in your sanctuary. Yes, angels. God can be there. Jesus can be in there. Muhammad, Buddha, whatever, any spiritual being you want can be in there. Yes, all spiritual beings. If you want Jesus there, you wave your hand and Jesus is there. If you want to have animals like horses, if you want unicorns in there, you can have all of that in your sanctuary. But no other human being. I want you to say to me in Spanish, there's only one rule in my sanctuary.
Solo hay una regla en mi santuario.
I am there, no one else.
Yo estoy ahí, nadie más.
That's right. So no one else is allowed there. Why is that? So that you can learn about your belonging, about the truth of you. That's why angels can be there. You can talk to angels. And you know what else you can have there? You can have different ages of Lou. You can have little baby Lou. You can have a teenage Lou. You can have a 80-year-old Lou. You can have all the different ages of yourself. Many, 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 many. You're never lonely, never, because you have all the conversation. You have a wonderful conversation with different ages of Lou. And this is beautiful because how? But why? Because then you learn what you feel, what you want, and what you think. Then you take these learnings and the love, the wisdom from the sanctuary, open the door, and who's there? Your family. You bring wisdom to your family. And they say to you, how did you become so wise? And you say, I have a sanctuary. I can teach you to have one, but I have one. And everyone must have this oasis, everyone. And this is very beautiful, truly beautiful, that you become a guide, a pioneer, a light for your family. Wisdom. How do you do it? By the deep belonging in your sanctuary. You understand me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Speak to me in Spanish and tell me what you understand, what you feel and what you understand. Whatever it comes to your mind, it's all right. Just tell me in Spanish what you feel and what you understand about your sanctuary and about what you're learning.
Mi santuario es solo para mí, es un lugar en donde yo voy a encontrarme, a estar con todas las partes de mi ser, con mis espíritus guías, con mis seres de luz. No hay ningún otro humano, pero solo así me voy a poder conocer y me siento tranquila y en paz.
Tranquila. See, it is so, isn't it?
Ujú.
How beautiful. It's very beautiful. Take your time now. In a moment, you're going to return and we'll talk. Your eyes will open soon, not right now, but when they do open, you'll bring the learnings with you. They're with you. They're not only now. These learnings and understandings and transformations are with you now and tonight when you go to bed and tomorrow morning when you wake up and all the days and nights that come during the week and then the weeks and months and years from now until many, many years from now, you'll look back at this time and you will remember, Lou, you will remember, oh, this is when I found my center, my oasis, my sanctuary, my belonging, my truth. This is when I found it, deep, deep within me. And I have brought it to my family. Take your time and begin to return here. Your eyes will open in a moment, and then you'll tell me what it is that's happening, first in Spanish and then in English. Well, it's so good to see you. You do such deep and beautiful work, Lou.
Wow.
Tell me. En español, por favor.
Muchas gracias, Dr. Robert. Me
De
siento
nada.
en paz, me siento sólida por
Sí.
dentro.
Peace and solid. Sí.
Ujú. Me siento sorprendida y en paz y wow. I can't even say it in Spanish.
Yeah, how beautiful, Lou. It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
Have you noticed how important it is to bring love everywhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. I feel, yeah, full of love. It's funny because when that word came to me, oasis, I never think of that word ever.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, what word is gonna come? And then I was like, no words are gonna come. And then somewhere
Oasis.
like oasis. Yeah. And I
It
was
is. It is the perfect word for this, oasis.
like,
It is
yeah.
exactly right. Yeah. A sanctuary is a form of that, or oasis is a form of a sanctuary. It's a place where we go for absolute safety, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual safety. And then I am what I am. I don't have to pretend to be something else. You know,
Yeah.
this is belonging.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. I love it.
I'm so happy. You're so
Thank you.
delightful, Lou. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good to have done this. It gets better all the time, by the way. It gets better and better. You just noticed the truth of it. Did it make sense to you that you would go have this place where you could close the door to find yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, it
No
made
one,
sense.
yeah, no one's allowed in there except angels, God, spiritual beings. Yes, of course.
Absolutely. Also, when you said, like, not even your daughter or your husband, only me, I think I also needed to hear that. Because
Exactly.
I need a space to find myself and feel solid
Yeah,
here before I go out, and then all the, the shakiness of the world, yeah, has to come from that place within me.
that's
I
it.
even picture the doors are very like engraved in Celtic,
Yeah, in Celtic, yeah.
like, symbols.
Yes,
And
of course. Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. This is so important in my life. I have this sanctuary. I created the sanctuary process many years ago, and I have my door closed. And if you can you see me well? Can you see me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I can open my door, and then I can be with Luzette. The love of my life is my wife, Luzette. I love her completely. I would die for her. Luzette is my life. And yet, if I don't have myself, I have nothing to give her.
Yeah.
So I must be able to close my door, go in, find out what is the truth of me, find
Yeah.
what I feel, what I want, what I think. And then I open the door and I go to meet her and I embrace her and I say, oh, I know what I feel. I know what I want. And the love happens. But first, we must be strong before we can belong. So I want you to hear this in English. We must be strong before we can belong.
Mm.
Say that in English.
I must be strong before I can belong.
Now in Spanish, is there a way to say that?
Tengo
How
que
does
ser fuerte antes de que pueda pertenecer.
Okay. And this is right. It's be strong, then belong in that order. Okay. And that's what you've created. You've done this today. You've done brilliant work. You should be very happy with your work. I think you've done really, really wonderful, deep, deep work. And I'm very grateful that you allowed me, that you trusted me. It touches me that you trusted me with something so important. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts. Thank you so much.
How's your daughter? Is she right there?
Yeah, she's here. She's in the kitchen.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anaya.
Can I see her again?
Yes, you can see her again. She's coming. Come here, my love.
Look at her. Hello. 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 Yo soy Roberto. Hello, hello. Oh,
Oh,
what?
she's looking
Look
at
at
you.
the big eyes, yeah. What's her
Yeah.
name again, Lou? Her name again?
Anaya.
Anaya. What a beautiful name, Anaya. Yeah. Hi, Anaya. I'm so glad we talked. And now I'll be talking again with Carolyn, and we'll see. But if you have any questions or anything, you just interrupt me at any time when I'm talking to other people, because you and I have a deep connection now, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Robert. Thanks. Muchas gracias.
De nada.